lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today what we will be doing is this on my face. It is a drugstore. Everything is gonna be completely drugstore. Contouring, highlighting, eyes. I'm actually gonna speed through that, but the main thing is gonna be color correcting at an affordable price and contouring and highlighting at an affordable price as well. Again, all of these things are going to be drugstore makeup, and if you guys are interested in achieving something similar but this look, stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay, so now that we are close into my face, we can get started. I'm gonna first start this off by using the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Now, if you haven't already heard, Nikki Tutorials is the one that recommended this as an affordable drugstore primer. So I tried it a couple times before, and to be completely honest with you, it works phenomenally. So you put that all over your face, and that will act as a nice sticky base for your foundation to go on and blend out smoothly. After we've put on our balm, our post-shave sensitive balm that will act as our primer, I wanted to get into why we color correct and how color correcting works and why clown contouring came about. Clown contouring is more the artistic take on color correction, and Makeup by Aloe and Bella DeLune are actually the two ones that inspired that clown contouring sugar skull kind of look. But color correcting has been going on for ages now. The way that color correcting works, I'm gonna take you guys back to grade school, or if not, high school art. Color correcting works by contradicting the color that you're trying to correct, if that makes sense. So I have a color chart right here, and the way that color correcting works is you use the opposite color of what you are trying to correct. So in this case, I have darkness under my eyes, so that would be considered more of a purple shade. So I would need a yellow base kind of undertone to be able to correct that purple. And if you tend to have red spots, you want to color correct that with the green. If you tend to have more bluish, purplish undertones of your under eye, then that's why a lot of people tend to use more of a salmon orangey base concealer to be able to color correct the bruised blue under your eye from dark circles. I will be using the NYX Cosmetics Color Correcting Concealer Palette. I will also be using a lot of drugstore brand brushes. I might not have the exact names because you either have to buy them in a pack or you can buy them individually, but Sonia Kashuk has amazing quality brushes. e.l.f. also. Coastal scents are very affordable, so if you guys are gonna make an order for some eyeshadows, and you can also get Coastal Scents brushes on their website. I know that it's not drugstore, but it is very affordable. We'll be going in with this Sonia Kashuk concealer brush, and I'm going to take that yellow that we were talking about to color correct the bit of darkness that I have under my eyes. Now with me, when it comes to color correcting, everybody has their own preference of doing things. I personally like putting my color correcting shades and concealers under my foundation, just so that I know that my foundation will blend it out seamlessly and there are no crazy colors sitting on top of the foundation. And that's the reason why I will be doing the color correcting concealing first, foundation, and then contouring later. So now that I look like a little color corrected panda, I'm gonna go ahead and spot clean that brush on any kind of white. We're gonna go in with that green to be able to color correct any kind of redness or blemishes that you have around your face. I don't have many, but I do have a few. And with the buffer blending brush that I'm going to be using from Echo Tools, I will be blending that out, and I'm going to be using the same brush later on for the foundation. And don't be afraid to use your fingers either. The next thing that I will be doing is I will be going in with my L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade N3. Now this foundation doesn't set super quickly, but either way I want to make sure that it doesn't dry out on me. So I will be spotting on the foundation in little sections and blending it out. Now, at this time, you can either blend out the foundation with your fingers or go back into your blending buffing brush, and I will be doing just that. Once the foundation is done, I will be going in with the NYX Cosmetics Medium Concealer. And out of this palette, the darkest shade is this one in the middle. And you pick up your concealer brush. I spot clean just so that different colors don't transfer onto the brush. And you will start following the natural contours of your face, the hollows of your cheeks, around the edges of your forehead, down your jawline. If you want to slim out your nose, you do that as well, and you proceed with blending out after. So let's get into it. For highlighting, I will be taking this Dream Lumi Concealer by Maybelline, applying that to the highest points of my face, as well as brightening up the under eye. Under the contour just to chisel out that contour as well when we go in and blend all of this out. The blending brush that I will be using is going to be an e.l.f. stippling brush. Now with a different brush, blend out the highlight. Now that your color correcting, foundation, highlighting, and contouring is done, you set all of those liquids with powder. Under my under eye, I will be setting with this Rimmel Stay Matte in my shade Sandstorm. And the rest of my contour, I will be setting with this Ulta Contour Kit. First, let's set all of that highlighting and under eye. Same brush that we highlighted with, tap off the excess and pat that in. With any fluffy contouring blending brush, go in with this Bombshell bronzer. tap off the excess, and set all of the cream contouring with that bronzer. Now that the highlighting and contouring is set, I'm gonna go in with some blush and highlighter, and then I will be finishing up the rest of my face, and I will also let you guys see that, but I'm gonna speed through that. But before that, the blush that I will be using is this NYX Cosmetics Blush in Mocha. Just take any fluffy brush. If you tend to have a much rounder face, you might want to try and stick with putting blush at the very top to the back of your cheekbones to lift the face and give it more height and contour to the face. To highlight or to illuminate the tops of your cheekbones, down the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow, you can go back into either the Luster highlighting shade, which is a very pretty champagne-y color, or you can use the Radiance shade, which is a very nice kinky highlight. But I will not be going into those shades. What I will be using is this Wet n Wild Hollywood Boulevard highlighter. It looks like this. And this is, word on the street, a very inexpensive dupe for the MAC Cosmetics Whisper of Guilt. And that is a limited edition highlighter I don't have, which I would like, but I settled for the Hollywood Boulevard by Wet n Wild for now, and it's a super pretty shade anyways, so I'm not really missing out, I'm assuming. I will be taking an e.l.f. stippling brush, touching that very lightly because this is very pigmented, tapping off the excess and highlighting the top of my cheekbones, again down the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow. If there's any product left and you have normal to dry skin, I would touch my chin very lightly as well as a little bit on the forehead. But if you don't want that look and it's not for you, then just skip that step. So that is the color correcting, contouring, setting that contour. The next thing that I will be doing is doing, again, like I mentioned before, the rest of my face, which will be my eyebrows, my lips, my eyes, a little bit of lash work, and I'm just gonna speed on through that. So if you guys wanna see that, just stick around with me, and I will try and put labels of the products that I'm using as I'm using them for you guys to know what it is that I am putting on my face. So let's get on to it.
So here we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. primer and place that all over the lid and blend it out with our fingers. Next, we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Barely Beige. This will act as our base, and we will also be placing this all over the lid with our fingers. And with a flat shader brush, we're gonna blend that out. Here is e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in the shade Enchanted, and we will also be placing that all over the lid with our fingers. Next, I'm taking a flat shader brush and roughly blending out that Enchanted shade, following by another clean shader brush and going in with the Wet n Wild palette on that lightest shade and touching that inner corner to highlight the inner corner. And here we're going to use another e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in the shade Burnt Plum, taking that shade into the outer corner of the lids and blending it out roughly. After that, we're going to take a clean blending brush and blend out those shades together to make it look seamless. In just a second, you will see me go back into that Ulta contour kit, and I'm going to go in with the shade Warmth Bronzer just to blend out those shades a little bit more seamlessly. And here I am using Rimmel Scandalize in Nude to make the eyes give the illusion that they are larger. Next, I'm going to line my eyes, and I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this, but does anybody else totally hate lining their eyes because one always comes out better than the other? Thankfully, these came out okay, but it's something that I'm not always looking forward to doing. And here we're just gonna curl the lashes with the Revlon curler, followed by L'Oreal's Voluminous Butterfly Mascara. And in just a moment, we are going to be putting on our lashes, Red Cherry and Duo Glue. I totally failed at lashes. I had to do it again, but they're on. And lightly, I'm going to be putting on this Revlon lip balm. I think it's Just Bitten in Honey. Next, we're going to go in with an amazing Anastasia Beverly Hills dupe, which is the NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. My eyebrows aren't great, so I do have to fill them in because I definitely have sparse areas. And you know how they say that brows are sisters, not twins? Well, mine are definitely sisters. I have a good sister and I have a bad sister. The bad sister doesn't work with me very well, but the good sister does.
And that is it for this look, everyone. If you guys like this video, like. If you guys really like, subscribe. And if you guys have any questions or comments for the next video, feel free to leave those down below. It was such fun doing this, and I hope you guys can see that you can achieve really beautiful and easy high-end contour looks with affordable and really great quality drugstore makeup. Well, that's it for now, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!